Hey, this is Dead Gaming Live here with another GTA 5 online video. Alright, so what I got for you guys today, I actually had this video here on my second channel, and I uploaded a video. It's the solo car duplication glitch. I uploaded a video about it on this channel when I had the strikes, and it had a link to go to my second channel. So, you know, obviously I had a lot of complaints. People don't want to click the link, and I understand that. And yesterday when I was live streaming, a lot of people were saying, oh, there's no money glitches working, or asking me what money glitches are working, where's there a money glitch. So I guess a lot of people didn't get to watch this video on my second channel, so I decided I'd upload it here today. Alright, so this is solo, but it all depends on if you do the steps correctly, whether it's solo or you need a friend. And I'll tell you how to make it solo. You want to find a car off the street, okay? And you want to be in a session with 24 plus people. That's very important, 24 plus people. And if I were you, I would find the car off the street that you want to upgrade, okay? I would suggest the Shafter, the Sentinel, something like that. Okay, now once you find that car off the street, you're going to want to go ahead and break the door off of it like I'm doing now, alright? Do a better job than how I'm doing it. And once you get the door off it, some of you guys might be familiar with this, some of you guys might not be. But once you get the door off it, basically what you're going to do is you're going to pull up to your garage. Now, this is a frequently asked question I get. It can be any garage that has a blue circle on the outside that will allow you to do what we're going to do here. Okay, pull up to your garage so that way when you get out, you're standing on the blue circle and it sucks you in the garage. Sometimes you have to press right on the D-pad if there's other people in the garage or the apartment or whatnot. Choose a garage, go in, go directly back out. Now what we're looking for, and this is what makes it solo or not solo, okay? What we're looking for is for the door to be spawned back on the car. Alright, now if the door is spawned back on the car, then you're probably most likely in a session that is good to do this solo. Now you see I don't have the door spawned back on, but in this video I had been jumping sessions around so much trying to find a good session to dupe. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna try it, and the dupe worked, so I ran with it, but I didn't get to do it solo. Now once you get in a session where the door spawns back on, I would test it again. Go back in the garage and come back out and make sure the door spawns back on. Once you're to that point, pull the car to a stop like I did here, opened up a Simeon, Ron, or Gerald mission, and just back right out as soon as you get to the settings screen. Hurry up, get back in the car, and drive forward. Now, if done correctly, and if you're in a good dupe session, because some sessions just won't dupe, okay? If done correctly, the car will die like it did there, and the dupe will spawn exactly where you were when you called, you know, the Gerald, Simeon, or Ron mission, or whatever one it was. Now, get in that dupe, and there's a couple different things you can do because you want to continue testing this. I use this LSC right here because it's the easiest, but it does work at any LSC. Now, what I would do is, instead of taking it right in and upgrading it like I did here, I would test it again, okay? And how you can test it again is by doing the next step first, then coming in and upgrading it, okay? So what you're going to do is, when you do get here to the LSC, you're just going to pull in, don't repair it, pull out, and get to this sweet spot right here. Basically what you're looking for is for the car, as soon as you hit the gas, for the LSC door to start opening. Alright guys, now this is the part that you want to test before you upgrade it, to make sure that everything works so you don't lose no money. Alright, because for some reason this glitch does not work for everybody. I don't know why, and I have 4 accounts. It works on 1, but not on the other 3. So once you find that sweet spot where as soon as you hit the gas, the LSC door opens up, you're going to repeat what you did over there at your apartment by calling Simeon, Ron, or Gerald. Now, when you get back out of the mission, you know, as soon as you get to the settings screen, you just back straight out. When you get back out, now you want to get in the car as fast as you can and drive it into LSC. Okay, you're trying to get in LSC before it dies, like it died when we were just up there at Eclipse. Okay, if you don't make it in LSC before it dies, the car will brick, meaning that it will die, but the dupe will still show up behind you. Alright, so I hurry up, I get in it, and I hurry up and drive into LSC like I just did there. And once you get into the LSC, you want to change like the primary color, okay? Now, I've seen people change the secondary and it not work. So I would just say change the primary color. Some people say you can change anything on the car, but that doesn't work for everybody. Change the primary color. Once you change the primary color, you drive back out, and there is the duplication. Okay, now, this is where it, remember when we, at the beginning, how I said you want to be in a session where that door spawns back on, and that will decide whether you can do it solo or not. Okay, now remember, I was in a session where the door didn't spawn back on. Now watch, when I take the duplicate back inside, because at this point you take the dupe inside and you put a tracker on it. Okay, when I take the duplicate back inside, when I came back out, my original had despawned. It had disappeared. That is why you want to make sure you're in a session where the door spawns back on it. Okay, if the door doesn't spawn back on, you're going to have problems with your original despawning or disappearing. Okay, so that, that's the difference basically. So you want to make sure you're in a session where the door spawns back on. You see, the original was gone. That's why I say go ahead and do that whole step right there before you put any money into the car. So that way you know what you're dealing with, whether you've done it right and you're going to be able to do it solo or not. Okay, so all I did, my original was gone. That was fine. I just grabbed another street car off the road. I already know that I'm in a good session to do. Okay, I have a garage down here. I did the blue circle thing again where I break off the door and I step out at the blue circle. I didn't have a pain in the balls that time breaking the door off. I step off at the blue circle. It pulls me in. I'm going to go directly right back outside. Okay, and then I'm going to get back in the car. Now, you guys are going to notice this time that the door spawned back on it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it because it's dark out, but the door actually did spawn back on it. That's why I said in the beginning, go in the garage when you get the first car a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and make sure the door spawns back on every time. Okay, and then you'll know you're in a session to do it solo. Okay, so I went ahead and I tested the car again, just to make sure that it would dupe. I called Simeon, Ron, or Gerald, back straight out, got straight back in it, drove forward, and the car does die, and I do get a dupe, and then I'm going to bring it back up to LSC. Now, because I wasn't in a good session to do it solo, I called my friend. Okay, just because you're not in a good session to do it solo doesn't mean you're not in a good session to do the dupe. All right, there is the dupe right there. So I take the dupe up to LSC and I call my friend and I say, hey man, come give me a hand, because I'm not in a good session to do it solo because my door did not consistently spawn back on. All right, I brought it inside. Now I gave it the full upgrade and we're going to go outside. We're going to find that sweet spot again. Remember that sweet spot that I told you guys about where you pull up, as soon as you hit the gas, it opens up the LSC door. Now, there is another method where people park with like the front end of the car or the nose of the car actually like halfway in LSC so the door stays open. And when you leave the mission, you spawn in on the passenger side and you just get right in and drive in. You guys can try that if you're not making it into LSC in time and you keep bricking the car. Okay, so once you're in that sweet spot, whichever method you want to use, you call up that Ron, Gerald, or Simeon mission, back out straight away, get in the car, and drive into LSC before the dupe comes, because if the dupe comes before you make it into LSC, it will brick. All right, now once you make it into LSC, you want to go ahead and change the primary color. Now again, I'm going to tell you guys, if this duplication, it didn't work that first time for me, I went ahead and I just did it again, okay? If this duplication is not going to work for you, I'll tell you at what point it won't work, okay? Because I have some accounts that it doesn't work on, and it does duplicate for me, but I'll show you, I'll tell you exactly what happens so you'll know this just isn't going to work for me at all. Okay, there's the dupe that time. If this duplication glitch is not going to work for you at all, when you're at this step right here, when you're at the LSC, okay, and you call, say, Simeon or whatever, you get in the job, you back out straight away. When you get in the car, all right, and you drive it into LSC, if you make it in LSC, you won't have a dupe. But if you brick it, you will have a dupe, okay? So once you do get the dupe, you go out, you get in the dupe, you bring it into LSC, you put a tracker on it, okay? Don't forget to put a tracker on it. and then you go drive it and store it into your garage. Or since it has a tracker, you can just dupe again right here, and as soon as you put the tracker on the next car, it'll automatically put it in your garage. All right, now what I did, because I wasn't in a good solo session, I had my friend sit in the original while I went inside the LSC and put the tracker on the dupe. Do not forget to put the tracker on the dupe, okay? After you put the tracker on the dupe, like I said, you can just dupe again, and when you put the tracker on the next dupe, the car will automatically go to your garage. So you can just sit right there and keep duping, and they'll automatically get put right in your garage, and it's very fast, very quick. You can fill up your garages very quick. I've given you guys all of the little keys and tricks to know how to make it solo and to know if it's going to work. Again, if this glitch is not going to work for you, the car will dupe for you, okay? But the thing is that if you make it into LSC on time, the duplication will not show up. If you brick the car, the duplication will show up. So when you test it in the beginning, even though the duplication shows up, that doesn't mean that the glitch is going to work for you. The true test is when you're right here doing this part right here. All right, when you drive in the LSC after you leave the mission and you make it in there, if no dupe shows up consistently, then say, wait a minute, let me try something else. Get in it, call the Simeon or whatever, get out, get out of the job, get right back in the car, drive up a little bit, like to the front door, don't go in. See if the dupe shows up. If the dupe shows up and kicks you out after it didn't show up a bunch of times when you made it in LSC, this dupe glitch is not going to work for you no matter how much you try. Okay, because that's how it is for me on the accounts that it don't work. Okay, like I said, it works on one account. All right, so that's pretty much it, man. I've given you guys all the keys to success. This is a pretty easy glitch if it's going to work for you, and it does not bypass the 45-minute wait, but it's very, very easy. All right, guys, and that's pretty much it. You can fill up garages very quick because you don't ever have to leave the LSC. You just keep duping, put the tracker. Once you apply a new tracker, the old car goes in your garage. All right, that's it. Till the next one, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and slap that subscribe button because we bring all the latest and greatest and realest GTA mother effing content. Watch my mouth. And if you guys like this video, slap that blue thumbs up. I do have another video coming out for you guys, so stay tuned until the next one. Dead Gaming Live. Peace.